Hello there, survivors. Welcome back to another video on ARK Survival Ascended. Today, I've built this Woodland Mansion, which is a very modern build with some rustic vibes, with a lot of other materials than I usually use for my modern builds. We have a lot of wood, a lot of stone, and then some painted adobe, which looks really smooth. But if you're not on the cluster and you can't get this on the center, for example, you could also just use metal. And I was inspired to start working on this build because I asked you what kind of builds you wanted to see, and someone said a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired building. So I googled some of his designs, architecture, and then I combined those together with some of my own styles, and this is what came of it. So in this video, I'm going to show you around the whole build, see what there is to see and how I decorated it. But if you want to see how to build this for yourself, I will have the Let's Build Up pretty soon as well. But if you want to have a step-by-step tutorial, which is way easier to follow, of course, let me know in the comments down below and I'll start working on that as well. And there we go. Here we are at this beautiful place in the Redwoods, located right here on the map, and you've got a beautiful little valley here which is relatively safe, and it's got some awesome waterfall views, a big monkey above as well, and it's a great place for a base, I thought, and that's why I built this beauty here. So there's three parts to this building, I would say. You've got the left, which is very modern. You've got the white lines, you've got a lot of glass. Yeah, a very cool aesthetic, I think so at least. And then on the right, we got more of the A-frames, more of the rustic feeling wood, normal pointy roofs. And then the middle part, the divider and also the connector, is made out of stone, including a painted charcoal black line in the middle to really divide it up. And I really like the way this turned out. So let's have a little look around and see what we can see. But yeah, this was a really fun build to work on, especially since most of my modern builds are always made of tech or metal, and you know, this one is a little bit low-key, a little bit easier to do. Only in the center, I guess the adobe parts would be a little bit more difficult to get unless you're on a cluster. You can't really get those materials, I think, so then you could just replace them by metal or something. But yeah, the adobe looks really good when you paint it. All right, so here we are at the front entrance here. It's got a little bit of an overhang on the front, and I really like that the walkway, the patio around it sticks out on both sides as well. Gives some very unique shapes, which also makes it a little bit safer because it's a little bit higher up. Yeah, we got some scaffolding underneath to support all of it as well. And then yeah, oh, we had a visitor, I suppose. Yeah, we got a little bit of a patio here outside where you can have, for example, your industrial forge. Fits very nicely. And I've got this, this is from a mod, the Healthy Feeding Trough mod, which just gives you feeding troughs that actually look healthy for your dinos, instead of the weird kind of pukey color food that we used to give them. And then these are a lot of crop plots with a custom cosmetic on it. I think this is from the Klinger Rustic cosmetic. Yeah, it's custom cosmetic now, so you can also use it on official, I believe. So yeah, this is where I could grow a lot of crops. And I've also used the shovel and the plant pots from the Bob Tall Tills DLC to place a bunch of plants from the world here as well to get some greenery, and you can make them smaller so you can fit a little bit more here. It's just a nice way to add in some greenery, in my opinion. And this is actually a as you can see, doesn't really work that well when you turn it on, but yeah, this is a cooker, but then with a modern custom cosmetic on it, which turns it into like a little well. I thought it was a nice touch for here in this little garden area. And then I really like this like patio with the sort of roof on top of it, but also sort of open still, so you can enjoy your surroundings, but you're still covered and safe. So yeah, really like the way this looks, and yeah, just a nice vibe. And then we go inside here, got the big main living room. This is from the Manor mod custom cosmetic. Then we got a little sitting area here just to chill with the tribe. If you want to play some poker, we've got that as well. A little bit of storage. We got some music, more storage on this side, and then we got the kitchen area here. These again are all from the same modern custom cosmetics. You've got some variations that you can place on pretty much every structure actually, which is quite cool. Got the cooker again, got the summer bash skins there, got the chemistry bench, some trophies to hang if we find them. And this is the smithy with the modern custom cosmetic, which makes it look really slick. And then this is the same with the table, also looks really cool. Yeah, just a little crafting area. So we got the crafting area and the kitchen on opposite sides. Very spacious living room with a nice sky window here as well, so that we can enjoy some more light and a nice view. Then we can take the stairs upstairs, and then we have a map here, some light, and then our bedroom again with the modern skin, just making it look a little bit more special. And then we got our little rooftop here. We've got some plants growing here as well as the plant pot again with a little tree, just to get more greenery in your base. I really like that. And then we got more of the summer bash skins here, which are really good just to decorate your base a little bit more. And yeah, you can see small tiny A-frame here on top, just so that you have access to your rooftop. I used some ASR metal glass ceilings here, but of course you can also just use normal greenhouse ceilings for pretty much the same effect. And yeah, just really gives some nice vibes. I always like to include a little rooftop balcony, because that means you can easily park your flies here safely as well. Now let's get back into the main build, because if we follow the stairs down again, you can see, well, again, the lovely living room. I also really like this little accent wall that we have, that I painted charcoal, so that it looks a little bit different than a normal stone. And also, by the way, if you're wondering, this color is actually silver painted on Adobe, which looks really, really nice as well, in my opinion. And then we got the big door here into the dino pen, basically. So yeah, this is where you can keep your dinos. Got a little bit more crafting here, the bigger things that didn't really fit well into my main living room. And then we got plenty of space for dinos here. As you can see, small to medium sized dinos should be able to be parked here without any problems. We got another little balcony here on this side as well to enjoy the views, and some more room if you would need it, or park some flyers, for example. And then we got some more of those healthy feeding troughs here. So this is for herbivores, looks very tasty, delicious for them. Then this, I think, is for omnivores, so this is a little bit of everything, which looks really cool as well. And then we got the carnivores right here. We got the meat, the fish, all look really, really cool in my opinion. And then I've got some fireplaces just because it looks cool, especially from the outside. And then of course some air conditioning if you want to do any breeding, hatching eggs, you know, stuff like that. You can definitely do that. And I definitely think this part of the build is also really cool. Of course, totally up to you how you would decorate a place like this. You could also do it completely the other way around. Use this for the dino and breeding, and use this as your main home. That is the fun of this design. There's actually plenty of room on both sides. And then here we got another little balcony, but most importantly, another way out of the build and out to the outside. And then, yeah, this is the build. So yeah, on this side, we have 3 of those simple windows. I really like the way the chimney comes out, has some smoke out about. And then on this side, we have one of those small windows and a bigger A-frame as well on that balcony, just to break it up a little bit. Yeah, I really like the way this turned out, and I kind of am surprised almost that it's taken me this long to do a more rustic A-frame build, because all my A-frames on ARK have been like metal or tech. But yeah, it actually looks really nice and really cozy using these materials. I really prefer using the Frontier skins for this from the Bob Tall Tales DLC, because I like that wood just a lot more. I think that's a lot nicer. But of course, you could use the regular structures as well. Just paint them maybe a little bit darker if you prefer this. But the best thing, of course, is these windows from the Bob Tall Tales DLC. Of course, using normal greenhouse glass could work as well. Just doesn't look as nice. But you could also, if you don't have the DLC and you don't want to spend money, get some custom cosmetics, because there's at least one that I know of that has a glass textures, but I think more and more are being made. So yeah, definitely some cool ways to spice up your building. And if you do not have this Frontier skin for the roof, because I kind of like this slightly darker roof, I would at least paint the normal wood a little bit darker as well. Maybe not quite black, that might be too dark, but you can play around with the colors and find something nice there as well. But yeah, really happy with the way that turned out. And then we got this middle divider with the stone, bringing those textures in, and then transition to the painted adobe. That looks really, really cool as well. And just the whole footprint and layout of this build, I think, is quite unique. And yeah, I really like the way it turned out and the way it looks. I hope you also like it. If you do, don't forget to leave a like, comment if you want to see a tutorial for this build, and of course subscribe to the channel if you want to see more builds like this and many, many more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.